Hello everyone. Besides COVID-19, one of the hottest topic around is cryptocurrency.
Welcome to the world. Bitcoin festival ever happened in the history with world-class top speaker.
And we believe that Bitcoin is the best financial instrument to store your wealth against inflation and capture the value of your hard work so that it won't leak.
So the very, very good ideology about decentralized, one perfect example that would be Bitcoin. No governments in the world can manage it. It's 100% decentralized to every common man across the planet.
Bitcoin is deemed property by the IRS, and most countries deem it as property, which makes it an asset, not a currency. And the strongest currency is the dollar, and the strongest asset is Bitcoin.
It's not what I want or you want, it's what the institutions want. Institutions that are just stepping in or considering getting involved in allocating to crypto want one thing: Bitcoin. We're not going to print $2 trillion worth of paper. That currency is going to be digital.
So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash, but crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want to. Because the reason I like crypto, the reason I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff, is I don't like the Fed.
Hello, I'm Dr. 𝐒𝐸𝐤𝐿, Bitcoin Academy Lead Professor. I will teach you how to know exactly when to buy Bitcoin and what the Bitcoin and the other crypto are going to do in the coming months.
Biggest gathering of Bitcoin enthusiasts coming together to create an extraordinary movement.
The Global Bitcoin Festival in this October. And this is a gathering of industrial experts and enthusiastic, passionate Bitcoin community. It is a movement. This movement aims to update, to promote, to educate the adoption of Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you to join this movement. Yeah, sign up for the link below for this movement, the Global Bitcoin Festival. And I'll see you there. Hello everybody. Welcome to Monday. Yes, have a great start on Monday. And let me start by reminding you that when you have a great start on Monday, whatever this week throw at you, you can handle. Okay, so let's have this great Monday. Now, as of today, Bitcoin is 56, and perhaps maybe even after we finish this presentation, it will hit 57. So 56, 57, and it's just about 12.5% from its all-time high of 64,000. So the market is very confident Bitcoin will go up high, but how high? So this is a question we are discussing today. Will it be 100,000, 200,000, 500, a million? This is what we are going to discuss today. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider every week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. We will be making video about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investing. So if this is a topic that you are interested in, you are in the right place. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, has a thumbs up, and also click on the notification bell so that whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. Now, I'm very delighted to bring my friend, my teacher also, Dr. Clemen Chiang, to the program. He is an authority in financial investing and also a very well-known teacher to many thousands of students in the art of wealth creation. Dr. Clemen Chiang, welcome.
Wow, great to be back on a Monday. So happy to see you, Richard, and so happy to see everyone online right now, because today we got really fantastic, awesome updates to share with all of you. Thank you for having me, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. As of today, Bitcoin is trading at 56, 57, yeah, and it's just 12% from its all-time high of 64. Of course, you know, the market right now is very bullish and everybody is expecting Bitcoin to go up. How high? This is a question we are going to start off. We are going to discuss today, but let me start off with an article that shows Bitcoin has outperformed the traditional S&P and major stocks. We are talking about Facebook, Google, Amazon, etc. Even precious metal like gold and silver this year. 2021. So question for you, Dr. Clemen, is this. Now, Bitcoin performance in 2021 was really impressive up to October. How about till the end of December? What is your thought, Dr. Clemen?
Wow, that's a great loaded question to start off the Monday. And, you know, first of all, Richard, before we dive in to look at the pricing, I want to also kind of take stock on the very first video that we started together until right now. We have covered more than 50 different episodes, and let's dive in right now together. Here we go. So I want to highlight to our audience right here, we really started the YouTube right on this super long green candle, which is dated 9th of June. So for the context, I'm going to point my red arrow right here on this super long green candle that was dated 9th of June. And see, for those of you who've gone through this journey together with Richard and myself and the team from Success Resources, look at how we've grown in stature, in commitment, in conviction, and the price today is $56,000, mama. So when we kind of take stock of everything that we've gone through from day one of the video series, we kind of go through with the community, the ups and downs, rally up, go a little bit down here, rally up all the way here, suffer a little bit down here, and then boom! And today we're at $56,000. This is a journey of a lifetime. In fact, I'll just call it priceless. So how do we kind of understand what you have really gone through and to relate to what the question that Richard has posted to me, all right? So first thing first, here we go. I'm going to kind of switch back right here and highlight to all of us here, when we make a comparison to the traditional instruments of wealth, we are talking about like S&P, Dow Jones, we are talking about Apple, Google, or known as the FANG stocks, Facebook, Amazon, Google, and then you have all these amazing instruments out there. But why Bitcoin is the one that's up like 90% year to date? Now, there's a way to go about understanding this. I'm going to teach the audience right here today. Here we go. I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart right here, and I click on the 1 year period. And step one, we know that the previous all-time high is kind of a cap right here around 63,000. And I put a red box right over here and today we are 56,000. We are $1 trillion market cap, and then very soon it will break the all-time high. Now, what is the significance of breaking the all-time high? Because it will send the market into feeding frenzy. Everybody will smell blood, taste blood, and go for the blood. All right. Now, why is it so bloody? Because once everyone starts shooting for it, boom, there's only one direction. But let's us take a step back. All right. I'm going to do a few comparison study. The most important comparison is to compare against Dow Jones. And I'm going to click right here, clicking on Dow. Click on Dow, and Dow will be reflected in the light blue color line. Click save, and here we go. Do you see the Dow right here? 19%. Okay. And what we have right now, within a 1 year period, Bitcoin up 248%. Now we're going to push it a little bit further. Let's look at NASDAQ. I might write like NASDAQ, S&P 500 first. And S&P 500 reflected by the purple line. Click save. Dun, 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 dun. We are still up above S&P 500. Let's push for the third one, NASDAQ 100, represented by the pink line. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go, my friends. They are all kind of fluctuating here, maximum about 24%. And Bitcoin is a jump of 10x. 24 multiplied by 10, boom! 248%, my friends. So we are looking at the indices. I'm going to kind of stretch this argument a little bit further. I'm going to close off all these indices. You already know we've beaten them by 10 times returns. They are giving us 24% return, 1 year period, and Bitcoin giving us 240% return, 1 year period. Now we're going to kind of push it right here. We're going to look at Facebook. And I'm going to teach you the 4-letter word called FANG, like a snake fang, F-A-N-G. Let's look at Facebook first. Light blue line, here we go. Facebook delivered by about 20%, Bitcoin 248%. Let's go for the second one. Amazon, here we go. Tong. And you have the purple line, Amazon 5.73%. Third one, here we go. We're going to kind of look at Netflix. Here we go, NFLX, Tong. Pink line, 30%, and G stands for Google. Here we go, G-O-O-G, and here we go, G-O-G. Check this out. Google delivered about 60%, Bitcoin 248%, and maybe we should also take a look at Microsoft, all right? So let's make it more complete, and here we go, 60% for Microsoft. And let's take a look here, 60%, Bitcoin 248%. And that's the reason why we are like fanatics over here. But the challenge is this, most people wouldn't dare to kind of take this step of faith unless you have gone through with us on the very first YouTube series that Richard and I brought to you together since June until right now. What have we gone through? We've gone through the Red Sea. We've fallen through the cliff. We faced the China ban. We faced all kind of nonsense out there. But here we are pushing it. And Richard kind of pushing me even further. How far will this go even further? Now, before I go any further, I think let me tackle the rest of the questions that kind of Richard is going to prepare the audience for, and I'm going to really crack my brains out to answer every single question by Richard. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, for those of you who invest in Bitcoin, you are better off than your friend who invests in Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and all those tech stock, okay, and even S&P, which many fund manager would have asked you to put it in, because for the last many years, S&P has always delivered more than 10%. However, Bitcoin deliver more than 200%. So if you have follow this trend of thought, and you will know what to do. So let's go on to another subject here. Now, this subject, we touched on it several times in our presentation, but I'd like to touch on it again. Now, we have touched on ETF. Now, ETF is going to be an engine that will power Bitcoin price to go to the moon. Now, this month, of course, we have touched this several times before. That this month there will be several dates that SEC is looking at approving some of this ETF future. So we expect some to be approved this month, next month, and even December. Now, question for you, Dr. Clemen, is this exactly how the approval of ETF will drive the price up? So how did it drive the price up? That's a question for you.
Wow, that's a very, very sharp question, Richard. And you know what? First of all, we really need to recognize the face behind ETF. And I'm going to put out this picture here. This is none other than Securities Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler. All right, let's look at this face. This is the final hurdle we need to cross, because we are all waiting for him to give the final green light approval to exchange traded fund. Now, Richard is asking me, hey, Clemen, why ETF, this three-letter word, is so powerful? Because exchange traded fund represents the mother of all funds, whereby you open up step one, the floodgates for traditional pension funds, retirement funds, hedge funds, and a universe of funds to directly buy into a Bitcoin ETF. Now, there are three things that you can do with Bitcoin. Let's recap. The first one, you can buy into Bitcoin directly. Now, some of you are kind of really fearful about this step because it involves crypto exchanges, it involves hot wallet, cold wallets. You kind of messed up in your thinking. And by the way, you're no different from a traditional fund manager. He's so afraid, he goes out there and to buy Bitcoin. And what happens if he lost the Bitcoin? What's the custodian services and all that? He's thinking a lot more questions than you do. So as a result, the first option to buy Bitcoin directly, it is out of the picture for traditional fund managers because they need to have many, many steps to securitize whatever they invested with their investors' money. Number two, you can buy directly into Bitcoin producers. And that's the reason why, in spiking our investment thesis is Bitcoin producers are like Bitcoin mining firms like Marathon, Riot, all these guys will kind of soar up very, very fast within the next 6 to 12 months. You go crazy in tandem with the price of Bitcoin. But again, you're not benefiting directly from the direct rise of Bitcoin pricing itself. You're just benefiting from the indirect price. Third way to benefit, which what every fund manager is waiting for, is to buy into a Bitcoin ETF. Because why? It is governed by Securities Exchange Commission. Because every fund manager, they have a fiduciary duty built on trust by the investors and their responsibility to the market. So once this man in front of me, this guy, right, make sure you're looking at the right guy. This guy, all right, the moment he gives the green light, every fund manager will unlock their account and zoom, the money will flood into Bitcoin ETF. So that's the reason why it's so important. And over here, we are already looking at Wall Street could get 4 Bitcoin futures ETF by the month end. So what we've done over here is we kind of tabulate. In fact, there are 9, I may say again, let me share my full fingers. There are 9 low-hanging fruits coming up, 9 trigger events. And I want you guys to note this down. Here we go. There are 5 upcoming Bitcoin futures ETF coming up for approval. Bong! The very near one is 18th of October, which is just exactly 1 week away. Today we are 11 plus 7, that's 18. I mean, your window keep getting closer if you just sit on it and not taking any action, all right? And then you have the next whole batch, 18, 19, 25th, and 1st of November. These are futures ETF. But a big jackpot that everybody is waiting for is the actual Bitcoin ETF approval. The first one coming to pass November 21st, about 1 month away from now. And then again, look at all the days, 8th of December, 11th of December, and on Christmas Eve, that will be the last one. Total 9 for us to look at. So I'm going to tell you right here up front, from now until end of this year, this is the global change that's shaking planet Earth. You will not ever again in your lifetime have an opportunity to invest before the approval was granted. This is like a major, major opportunity. Now, what if some of you are scratching your head and say, hey, teacher, guess what? What if the approval got rejected, got failed, or got delayed, or whatever not? By the way, we've been waiting for this since the last 10 years. Nothing special. But this time round, why Richard is raising this question is because they can't reject it any further. The clearest two sign, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell has announced that we are not going to ban Bitcoin. Second clearest sign, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has also announced that we are not banning Bitcoin, but we need to regulate it. And that is the clearest signal leading to these 9 events. And if you guys are still not taking down on these dates, I do not know what you are waiting for, what any other days out there. This is the most important date. And by the way, these days will coincide with the most important consumer event on planet Earth. Here we go. It is called 1111. What exactly is 1111 or quadruple one? That is the 11th of November, designated the biggest sale event, otherwise known as the Singles Day. Can you see it is sitting right smack between Bitcoin futures ETF approval and Bitcoin ETF approval? Right smack. So the first wave of beneficiaries, those who made money out here in the first 5 announcements, they'll be so loaded with cash. And what will happen? They'll go to the market and spend like crazy right here. They'll buy all kinds of things that they ever want to buy, all right? The Teslas, the Lamborghinis, or whatever not. And then the second batch right here, right over here, they are leading to what event? Dun, 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 dun. Let me type it out. They are leading to the most important American event of the year. And that's none other than your Christmas. So, how we look at the market is by connecting dots of all these significant key events. And then we ask a commonsensical question. What does the ordinary man want to see? What will they be going through? They are all looking for all these big dates. And that's the reason why this season will never, ever be repeated ever again. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. And then there is also this psychology that when the price is low, nobody there to buy. When the price go up, everybody rush to buy. So it kind of fuel the whole in the crypto vocabulary. That's what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. Now, it's not only happen for individual, but institution. Hey, wow, UOB buy Bitcoin. Charter Bank will buy. I mean, I just give an example. If you are from UOB, don't quote me. So, people are just fueling each other to buy. So thank you, Dr. Clemen, for your explanation there. Now, there's we all have been really affected by one of the economy, Asian dragon, and that is other than China. Yeah, China for many years has not been friendly to cryptocurrency, and this year also, they have issued notice to all the financial institutions such as bank, etc., and all the governing body not to support cryptocurrency, and then the power station to shut down all the mining, etc. And they're pretty successful, right? They have been driving everybody away now. So no bank will handle anything that has been crypto. But yesterday, just yesterday, McDonald's China is giving away MFT, that 230, which is also a crypto, one of the crypto product on its anniversary. Question for you, Dr. Clemen, is this: how do you read this situation that McDonald's China, which is owned by the CITIC, which is a government bank, right, is getting involved in cryptocurrency?
Wow, Richard, this is like mind-blowing, because they are all sending us a kind of confused signals. And when I put out this article in front of everybody, first thing I want you all to remember a very important 3-letter word. Let me do it again. Very important 3-letter word. And the 3-letter word is called SMS. Now, what does SMS stands for? Back in 2019-20, back when I was really researching deep and hanging out with the Chinese Bitcoin whales, we understand that the very first 3 American companies to launch the DCP, back then was known as a digital currency electronic payment with the Chinese government, is known as the SMS. Starbucks, McDonald's, and Subway. These are the only 3 American companies invited for the test pilot. And right now, this particular news article kind of a deja vu, because McDonald's is part of the initial 3 US companies that do the test pilot. And this is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about they are going to the next level of the test pilot scheme to understand about NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And they are like throwing out right in the middle of a Chinese ban, definitely is under the guise of the blessing of the Chinese government. So we kind of scroll down right here. Why are they doing this? Everybody start to scratch our head again and say, hey, what is going on? And, is to like October 8th to celebrate its 31st anniversary in the Chinese market. And it's even called a Big Mac Rubik's Cube. And it will be distributed among employees and consumers as part of the giveaway. Again, McDonald's is huge in China, really, really huge. But then again, when we kind of scroll down right over here, you see, this is built on the Conflux public blockchain and created in partnership with 𝐒𝐸𝐝. Now, again, all these are Chinese companies, or else they can no way have a step into the Chinese market. So by the time we look at the press release, definitely this is under the blessing of the Chinese government. So that's why McDonald's there to issue a press release. And then we come down further, okay, we got to check out the background. This group called the Citigroup, which is a state-owned enterprise by the People's Republic of China. Wow, kind of a say, hey, what are they thinking about? Is this the prelude to the launch of China digital yuan? They have right now expanded from 4 cities to 7 times 28 cities across China itself. Now, perhaps this is one of the strategy using NFT through McDonald's to drive the adoption of China digital yuan. So we kind of go down this whole article, and they always balance it off, the good and the bad news. Right now, internationally, we know that Huobi has stopped every Chinese trader out there, and this is balanced with the news by McDonald's. But I can feel this moment coming. Let's count together fingers, all right? So all of you are ready with me. By the time we hit November, we cross 1 month. By the time we hit December, we cross 2 months. By the time we hit January, 3 months. Official count, right now we are 3 months away from what? Here we go. I want to show you guys, and I'm getting excited right now. And let's check this out. We are looking officially at this mega event. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics, all right? 3 months away. So when we kind of connect the dates, that is like kind of a right smack in the middle of our Chinese New Year as well, because when I kind of put out the dates, it will start exactly on, here we go, 4th to 20th of February. And when is Chinese New Year for 2022? This is exactly on the 1st of February, all right? So we're going to play some games together right now. With 1st of February, this is official Chinese Lunar New Year, the first day of the Chinese New Year celebration. And then on the 4th of February, that's the official launch of the Beijing Winter Olympics. And right now, we are exactly 3 months before that big event. Meaning to say, I suspect McDonald's is part of the crafting strategy to drive the adoption of China's digital yuan. And all this is part of a bigger scheme in plan to get every Chinese to adopt and to use and to start withdrawing, transferring everything using the China's digital yuan currency. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Dr. Clemen, I'll give you an advance notice that in the next couple of videos, I'm going to ask you the difference between central bank digital currency and the cryptocurrency. So let you give you ahead of time.
No problem.
Okay, now next is that last year, Facebook and Google, they kind of ban advertisement of crypto on their platform. Yeah, so if you want to run a crypto ad or Facebook ad, they will reject your ad. But in this year, Google reversed the policy, and just today, there's an article that Google is supporting crypto and even helping to reach out to millions of people using their platform and their payment. So, question to you is this: that how do you see this progress to support the crypto to support Bitcoin directly?
Well, this is huge, Richard. You know why? Because the core business of companies like Facebook, Google, their core revenue stream is based on advertising dollars. So in the past, we got hit really hard by companies like MailChimp, Google, Facebook. Anything that you run crypto, straight away blanket ban, all right? They got no consideration, including those on YouTube. Boom, straight away your channel got shut down. But we witnessed recently, especially the last 12 months, they start to loosen up. And one of the biggest news that come out recent, as in 48 hours ago, Google right now is helping digital asset platform Bark introduce crypto to millions of consumers. This is a positive development. And I believe with Google starting as the first case study, Facebook will likewise follow suit, and many other companies. Now, they have all been pressured because I can tell you the originator of this movement, we have to give credit to Twitter, all right? Because Twitter start awarding their creators known as the tipping tool, and you can send Bitcoins to the Twitter original content creators. So as a result, the bigger companies like Google and Facebook start to scratch their head and say, oh my gosh, this little guy Twitter is eating into our lunch, into our dinner, eating into our supper. We got to do something before they dominate everything about crypto. And that's the reason why they are opening up right now access to cryptocurrencies. And again, one of the biggest things that you can take away from is this, from Macbeth. Fair is foul, foul is fair, hover through the fog and filthy air. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is black. Sometimes from black, it transition to gray, gray transition into white. What am I trying to tell you? The original launch of Bitcoin was kind of looked upon really with big skepticism because people were trading illegal arms deal, illegal drug deals, and a kind of like an underground currency. That's how Bitcoin started. Look at how we have evolved until today. Traditional financial institutions, from sovereign wealth funds to a country giving full legal tender status to Bitcoin, how it has evolved. And that's the reason why I want to hang out with such a powerful decentralized coin, because it shows us over time, you know what? With the wider adoption of the masses, you gain your 100% legitimate status. But it's not just about gaining a legitimate status. It's right now about changing the world, giving the power back to the people. That is what Bitcoin is all about. And that's why advertisers like Facebook and Google, they'll be pressured to accept and adopt cryptocurrencies. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you. So when big giant like Google is supporting behind Bitcoin, and Facebook and all these big giant supporting Bitcoin, you are in the right path. You are in the right path. That's the reason why, we are very passionate about this product, because we believe that Bitcoin is one of the most amazing financial instruments that can store your wealth, that you can pass your wealth down to not only for yourself, but for a generation to come. And we are organizing the Global Bitcoin Festival this October. Now, this is a movement, a gathering of passionate Bitcoin holder an enthusiastic community of Bitcoin holder to update, promote education and adoption of Bitcoin. So we like to invite you to support us in this movement. Now, if everybody own a little bit of Bitcoin, yeah, this will be a very, very powerful movement. So we invite you. You have not signed up for this Bitcoin festival. Now there is a link there, and it is totally free, right? It's contributed by a few of us who are very, very passionate that Bitcoin and very convinced that Bitcoin is the most amazing financial tool to help you create wealth, not only for yourself, but for generation to come. So Dr. Clemen.
Yes, Richard.
Bitcoin performance in 2021 was impressive, as you have mentioned up. But what about in the next 10 years? What do you think Bitcoin will be, the price will be in the next 10 years and the performance?
Wow, that's a really, really solid question, because we really got to start thinking about what does it mean to get involved with Bitcoin. And, you know, I kind of dive deeper into this issue, and we look at just on this year alone, 2021, as the reference benchmark, all right? So why 2021 is pivotal to all of us? Because for the first time, Bitcoin has hit $1 trillion market cap. For the first time, Bitcoin has also fallen off the cliff. And I want to walk you guys through this journey, which I call it the Bitcoin 2.0 cashless society, the race towards 100,000 for this year itself. So what we covered over here, first of all, the concept of trigger. There must be a trigger for price movement. And this tree is a summary of everything we've gone through over the past 50 episodes of the YouTube series. Then we look at this year alone, holy moly, we started off with 8 February 2021. Elon Musk kind of sing out to the world, hey, we are ready to accept Bitcoin for the purchase of Tesla. Boom, shot up, $10,000 in one day. Then very soon, Janet Yellen came and poured in the cold water, say, perhaps we need to investigate about cryptocurrency. The candle dropped $10,000 in one day. Michael Saylor came in and said, look, we are still fervent believers of Bitcoin. We're going to buy even more Bitcoin. The price went up. And then next, US Treasuries came in and poured more cold water, went down. Elon Musk came in and tweeted, saying, look, we feel that it is time to relook at Bitcoin again. Boom, price went up. And then 12 May later, he denounced Bitcoin, saying that Tesla is no longer accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. So we've gone through all this. My gosh, we've gone through really, really a lot, because we're coming so close right now to the end of the year. And it's important that we take stock. And then on Bitcoin halving anniversary, 12 of May 2021, we can send out a signal to all of our students, hey, put on your stop limit, all right? I think there's a signal that it's going to crash. And true enough, the very next day, bam, Bitcoin dropped $10,000. And then we went through further with the first warning from China. Again, more warnings coming on the 19th of May, Bitcoin went down. And we kind of flowed through the 30 to 40,000 range. And this was the point in time Richard called me up and said, hey, Clemen, we got to do something about this. We are fanatics about Bitcoin. We believe this is a generational wealth creation tool. Let's put something together. And without any hesitation, I say, okay, boss, let's do it. With that, we started the first YouTube series on 9th of June. We went through with our community the entire movement when Bitcoin was trading 30 to 40,000 range through this period called the 19th May to 5th August. Kind of, you can count by your hands, right? June, July, August, kind of a 2 to 3 months time. Many people are scratching their heads and wondering what to do. While we press on 3 times a week, we delivered to you the latest Bitcoin updates. And then came 9th of August, Tom Lee says that, okay, right now is the signal. You guess what? The 50-day and the 200-day simple moving averages show us the signal that right now is to pour everything into Bitcoin. Bam, price move up. And then we go through the entire prediction. This part is what Richard is asking me today. And I can tell you this content is already outdated. We are looking like 100 trillion market cap. And let me show you the latest as of right now today. We have a major prediction by Michael Saylor telling everyone that Bitcoin is going to go to $10 million per coin. Mama! This was released on 11 October. $10 million per coin, all right? So if you look at $10 million per coin, you go out there and buy a Bitcoin, let's say average out about $50,000 per coin, you go and calculate the kind of returns. But at this moment in time, many of you will be scratching your head and say, teacher, I don't have 50,000 to buy one coin. Let me tell you the good news. Bitcoin, you can trade in 10 decimal places. You can buy 0.001 Bitcoin, 0.2 Bitcoin. It is in decimal places. You do not have to own one single coin. And if you have not received a Bitcoin in your wallet, you're not part of this movement. So you need to learn how to do a deposit, how to do a withdrawal. That's why the last 50 episodes, those of you who follow closely, truly with us, you will benefit so much. I'm so confident of that, all right? And right now, I just shown you at the beginning of this video, we are at the highest right now. Holy mama, $56,000. We gone a long way. That's the reason why we are so crazy and passionate about the Global Bitcoin Festival. You know what, Richard, we are looking at $10 million. Maybe I ask the question back to Richard. Richard, how you feel about $10 million?
I just felt that it's only a matter of time because of the limited number of Bitcoin. Certainly when the whole world is going for something that's limited, the only way to price it fairly is to get the price up. Just like if there's only one Mona Lisa, right? If you want the Mona Lisa, you pay the highest price, and that's why you push the price up. Yeah. But on the other hand, the fiat currency, when you need more fiat currency, what do? You print more of them. So that is what will drive the price up. And I really believe that it's a matter of time. Bitcoin will go to 100,000, 200,000, 250,000, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million. It's just a matter of time. So, Dr. Clemen, we are all very passionate about the Global Bitcoin Festival. In ending, can you just say a few wisdom about the Global Bitcoin Festival to encourage everybody to support this Global Bitcoin Festival?
Oh, yes. And I need to bring this guy back here again. And this is none other than Michael Saylor. He'll be speaking at the Global Bitcoin Festival. Let me tell you how difficult it is to get this man on our big event, all right? He is very difficult to get because everything that he does is really just focused on the single-mindedness all about Bitcoin. Now, he's coming to speak at our event. I'm sure he got some fantastic news to share with all of us. And that's the reason why you have to go into the website right now at globalbitcoinfestival.com to register for the event. I mean, we are really counting down right now. Wow, we are 17 days, 13 hours away. And I'm so excited about this event. And you go out there and register for it, all right? And I want to give a quick shout out to all of our respectable speakers. We have right over here, Michael Saylor. And you want to know what will be his latest tweets coming out really soon, because he's still got a war chest about $1 billion to buy up the price of Bitcoin. And he's doing it like consistently, right? Next is Mr. Wonderful. And Mr. Wonderful is kind of a Bitcoin convert because you will see he has the laser eyes in the world of Twitter. And he is really big on Shark Tank. And you know, he's one of the longest running VC out there. And he's going to share with us about Bitcoin. Next, of course, Robert Kiyosaki. Oh man, rich dad, poor dad. And he probably going to talk about the $1 million debt. That's Bitcoin. Okay. So this is again really exciting. And I want to give a big shout out to Gemini. Gemini is right now doing kind of a thriving business because many of them start to move their coins into Gemini.com. And Jeremy is going to give us really solid in-depth study of what's actually happening for crypto space in Southeast Asia. You want to hear his insights about that. And you know, of course, Richard and myself will be right there. We're going to be moderating, and we have like more than 50 episodes of hardcore foundational knowledge to kind of look into what really should be asked and what really are the pointed questions that will draw out the best contents from all these great speakers. So I want to encourage you guys, go quickly, go and register right now. This is the button that is found right here. It's called register for free. But don't just do it alone, all right? But I mean, if you do it alone, you're not going to be part of the rally. You need to be doing it with a group of people. And you know, I started off very initially because my friends around me are all like making millions out of Bitcoin, $1 million. I mean, it's like obscene a lot of money, all right? And I hang out with the whales and I dive really deep. And once the mine is fixed and sorted out, all the internal wiring is kind of connected, ready, bam, going for the kill. Some of you are still trying to wire up your neurons. Man, you got to hang out with us and get these things sorted. And by the time, bam, you come for the Global Bitcoin Festival, everything will be connected and you are ready. So see you there at the event.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you, everybody. So I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful Monday and the whole week to come. So let's meet again on Wednesday. I wish you wealth, health, and happiness in your life. Thank you so much. Hello everyone. Besides COVID-19, one of the hottest topic around is cryptocurrency.
Welcome to the world. Bitcoin Festival ever happened in the history with world-class top speaker.
And we believe that Bitcoin is the best financial instrument to store your wealth against inflation and capture the value of your hard work so that it won't leak.
So the very, very good ideology about decentralized, one perfect example that would be Bitcoin. No governments in the world can manage it. It's 100% decentralized to every common man across the planet.
Bitcoin is deemed property by the IRS, and most countries deem it as property, which makes it an asset, not a currency. And the strongest currency is the dollar, and the strongest asset is Bitcoin.
It's not what I want or you want, it's what the institutions want. Institutions that are just stepping in or considering getting involved in allocating to crypto want one thing, Bitcoin. We're not going to print $2 trillion worth of paper. That currency is going to be digital.
So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash, but crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want to. Because the reason I like crypto, the reason I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff, is I don't like the Fed.
Hello, I'm Dr. 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐚, Bitcoin Academy lead professor. I will teach you how to know exactly when to buy Bitcoin and what the Bitcoin and the other crypto are going to do in the coming months.
Biggest gathering of Bitcoin enthusiasts coming together to create an extraordinary movement.
The Global Bitcoin Festival in this October. And this is a gathering of industrial experts and enthusiastic, passionate Bitcoin community. It is a movement. This movement aims to update, to promote, to educate the adoption of Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you to join this movement. Yeah, sign up for the link below for this movement, the Global Bitcoin Festival. And I'll see you there.